What's good? We are back for another reaction. This is gonna be coming from that boy old Meezy. Becoming a streamer won't save you. I think from the last video I reacted to, Antonio Talks actually said this, that everybody doesn't need to be a streamer, content creator. And there's definitely some truth to that. Everybody doesn't need to be doing this. You feel me? Some people need to find other avenues. You feel me? Because this is not for the weak, and it's not a get rich quick scheme. This is a slow burn. You feel me? So I definitely think that this one here is going to be a good one. Let's not waste no time. Let's get to this video.
Here at Atlanta Streaming University, and it is already about to get shut down.
I drove 10 hours by myself, no break, no service.
Crazy.
And then I just get a thing saying it's canceled.
To say, hey, trust your gut, stay home. I wasted $700 in a trip for that not even happen tomorrow.
I just drove 11 hours to Atlanta from Texas just for Kai to cancel this.
Do not go to in-person Streamer U auditions if you do not have the time, the resources, or especially the funds.
I quit my full-time nursing job to apply to Streamer University.
Well, Atlanta, it was nice.
You did what, shorty? You quit your job and did what? You quit your job to go and apply for streaming. Yeah, we are low. We cook, we fry.
While it lasted, standing on everything, everybody don't push through the line.
In 2026, it seems like everywhere you turn, everywhere you go, and everywhere you look, everybody wants to become a streamer. And some of these people aren't just gamers or content creators who want to get into the field after doing their niche or style of content for a while. Some of these people are going to the lengths of quitting their job or dropping out of school and starting to stream and have never done it before. Streaming University made this look obvious because it looked less like a school audition and more like a talent show. People weren't just applying for advice, they were applying for a chance to be seen. And hell, when I went down to the Atlanta Streamer University auditions, it became abundantly clear that that was the case. So when I factor in things like economic climate or the access that being a celebrity gets you, the bigger question is not why does everyone want fame? I mean, I think that's obvious. The real question is why does everyone want to stream specifically? Because while I do believe that streaming can open up so many doors for so many people, I think that a lot of people are biting off way more than they can chew. If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It's gonna go a long way for the channel. Once I get to a certain threshold, I'm gonna start streaming. Hell, if everybody doing it, I can too. And this community should be there to support me, I think. Now, back into the video.
Kyle, he looks at me, he's like, bro, we just paid this streamer, not an A tier, not a B tier, like a C tier streamer, 70 racks. And I was like, oh, that must be like a crazy partnership over the next like 3 months. Like, that's gonna be sick. Good for the company, good exposure. No, he said no, bro. He stopped me right there. He's like, Les, it's not over the span of 3 months. It's not over the span of 2 months. It's a 30-second bit in their live stream.
Curious as business, it's like, what does one have to do to accumulate $300,000 in 1 month of content?
I mean, it's based off of your live concurrent viewers.
Okay.
It's based
Can
off
you
of
explain that?
Like how many people watching you at once.
Okay.
I always tell people, they be like, how many viewers I gotta have to make this much? If you can average 2,000 to 3,000 people every time you stream, you can make 6 figures a month.
Look, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it in this video, and
That's actually not too bad. If you can come up 6 figures off of just 3,000, but you know, 3,000, we look at that like, oh man, that's such a small number. I can get 3,000 people to chime in on my stream live. Easier said than done. You feel me? Especially when you just starting off and nobody knows you. It's like just to get 1,000 people in your stream is probably hard. So make that 3,000. Yeah, I would imagine it's not that easy. If you feel me, it's not. But you know, you gotta start somewhere, right?
I don't think that it does us any good if anybody plays oblivious as to why people want to jump into streaming. Of course, there are a bunch of numerous different reasons, but at the top of the funnel, the finances are first. In 2026, there are a plethora of ways for somebody who is pursuing content to be monetized. We're talking about subs, donations, sponsors, uploads, clips, merch, brand deals, live events, ad revenue. And this is so much different than the days of content past where people were just doing donations to you. Now the whole creator economy is insanely huge, and that's just the on-camera presence. Now, what makes streaming so enticing is that from the outside looking in, it looks like these people are getting rich by hanging with their friends, playing games, reacting to videos, and honestly just being themselves. This is why streaming over other forms of content creation is so popular with so many people. It doesn't look like labor. It doesn't look like these cookie cutter algorithmic videos that I even put together, but it just looks like your lifestyle. You're doing your own thing and you're getting paid for it. People are
Exactly. And this is why you find that a lot of people my age and younger, or maybe even older, want to be in content creation because of all the doors that it can open, the opportunities, more so than you would get, I guess, at, you would say, a 9 to 5. You feel me? Where you're on a set schedule, you got to work when they tell you, you got to be off when they tell you. Whereas you being a content creator, you pretty much say when you want to work. Now, you're going to be working a lot more than the average person that has a job, but you get to call those shots for the most part. This is the lens that I believe a lot of people are looking through. And that's why they want to be content creators, because you've taken the focus off of a job. Like, let's just think about this for a second. Every time you turn around, when you look in the news, they have nothing good to say about the economy, the job market. Oh, there's no jobs. There's a bunch of ghost jobs on LinkedIn and Indeed. Oh, they're not paying enough. They're getting laid off. You have not in recent years painted a beautiful perception of a job. So what do you think the youth is going to do when they see all these cats streaming and making content and they're getting all these sponsorship brand deals and things like that? Yeah, they're going to be like, yo, I want to do that instead. I don't want to work no damn job. Like, miss me with all that.
seeing Kai, they're seeing Aiden, Speed, Jinxie, Blackboy Max, Phantom, Duke, Sketch, whoever. And it feels like they're looking at the new version of a rapper or an athlete.
Yo, we in a day and age where being a streamer is way cooler than being a rapper right now. Being a rapper, like, since forever, like, since the 80s,
and I used to
that was, like,
rap.
the coolest job you could have. It was, like, top tier, like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, you're mad popular, you know what I mean? All the women want you if you're a guy, and vice versa if you're a woman. But now, being a streamer, like, it probably changed within the last 2 years. Like, being a streamer, that's the coolest job. Like, because they really just film them just being, like, just in the house. Like, they don't even be doing shit. Like, so, like, yeah. Salute to them niggas.
The dream is not just, I can make money online. The dream is more so, hey, I can make money by being myself, which is totally new, which is totally invigorating and totally enticing to a lot of people. But there's this dangerous illusion that is presented when people perceive streaming in this fashion. They're only looking at the top 1% of it all. They don't see the people that are streaming 8 hours a day to 20 viewers. They don't see the consistency, the pressure, the failed streams, the bad numbers, and the years. And I do mean years of building for a lot of these content creators.
I'm streaming for one viewer. What am I doing for my life? I am 24 years old, who's been streaming for 7 years, brother, and I'm literally streaming to one viewer. Like, what the fuck? What did I do wrong in life? I'm just really just trying to figure that out, dude. Like, chat, I've tried to be positive. I have every positive bone in my body, and I'm trying to be positive, bro. Like, fuck.
But overall, streaming looks like the only job where someone can get rich without ever looking like they clocked in. The dream is not just the money. The dream is to be yourself, and, you know, the dollars ultimately follow. People aren't chasing streaming because it looks easy. They're chasing it because the success looks effortless. But money alone doesn't explain the streamer phenomenon. TikTok and YouTube can also make people rich. So why are so many people jumping straight to streaming?
Like, what's the difference between a celebrity and a streamer that has over 100K views, right? I'm pretty sure the streamer is gonna get more recognized than the celebrity.
Y'all can disagree with me, but streamers are the most famous people on earth right now. Streamers are the most famous. Like, everybody knows what a streamer is for the most part. And people...
I'm going to tell you why that is. Part of that is because they killed the mystique behind traditional celebrities when they came out with social media and things like that. Once we were able to actually see what's going on with these celebrities, you come to find that a lot of these people are weird. They do stupid stuff, and they're not as cool as they may have come off over the years. See, we didn't know any of this stuff about them because, again, we didn't have access to their life like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say who, but I'm sure y'all could think of a few celebrities out there that you just like, damn, like, yo, you used to really be her, or used to be him. Now you lame. You know what I'm saying? So streamers, they out the gate, we pretty much get their authentic self on camera. So there's no questioning anything. What you see is what you get. But when you're a celebrity and you're an actor or actress or a rapper, there's a certain type of mystique or aura that you have to have. You have to create that, like, what is it about them? You know, the unknown. But we know everything about them now. So that's why they're not as popular as the streamers. You know what I'm saying?
Want to live the life like a streamer more than an actor, more than an actress, more than a rapper. It's streaming now. That's like people are really getting popping off of that. Streamers are like they like the Jay-Z's now. And this doesn't take away from actually success and being, an actor or being in the basketball player, whatever like that. But I'll say between being in sports and a streamer, those are the two highest paid occupations right now. Basketball players and streamers. But streamers right now are considered the GOATs, like the Carson Nets, the Tylils and all them, the Duke Dennises. They're the ones, they're the most famous.
You see, TikTok and YouTube feel like posting to this algorithm. You upload, you wait, you refresh, you wait, you refresh, you wait, you refresh. 30 minutes later, you finally find out how your video is performing. Even here on this channel, I have some comments. I may interact with some people from time to time, but ultimately there is this gap that is still there in a couple different areas. Streaming, however, feels like you are walking into a room, and that room is filled with validation, attention, fame, and notoriety that no one could ever imagine. Even if only a few people are watching, the streamer gets live reactions, live jokes, live criticisms, live donation, and most importantly, live validation. This makes a stream and a streamer feel more personal than what it already is. You're not just making content, but you're hosting an environment that is ultimately going to prop you up to levels of validation that you could have never imagined. And this is why a lot of people are skipping straight to streaming. Not just, hey, I want to go start doing content and then move over that direction. No, people are stopping what they're doing in their 9-to-5s and just jumping straight into streaming. But see, this is where a lot of people miss a step. While I was at the Streamer University auditions in Atlanta, seeing the people that were in line, I saw people doing anything for validation or a reaction or some sort of comment or maybe even a slight donation from a chat. And we could talk about the content of people's streams in a different video, but these people are treating this as the final product, and that's where I think that they're missing. The smart streamers aren't treating it as such. They are treating it as the raw footage. The real strategy is go live for a couple hours, create as many moments as possible, and turn the best into different clips.
I have a live channel where all my streams goes to YouTube. So it's double the money. Say I'm live streaming with you right now, right? Yeah. It's a that I never met in my life that lives in Canada.
That's gonna clip it.
That clips it.
How you get money from that?
YouTube.
Okay.
So he uploaded for me.
YouTube.
He uploaded for me, and
doubled
then
up.
I have a situation with him where he gets paid, I get paid, boom, boom, boom.
That's smart.
Those clips then travel the world via reaction channels, commentary channels, reposting pages, etc., etc. That's where the real validation, conversation, fame, and notoriety come from. Few people even watch actual streams, but I know everybody consumes some sort of clip. This is why streaming can make you feel more famous, even if the numbers don't reflect. See, the algorithm can ignore you, but when chat talks back to you and gives you that thing that you can circulate to these different audiences on these different platforms, you can feel bigger than what you even are. And that feeling is exactly why Streamer University is so popular. People craving for that attention, that fame, and that notoriety that they've been longing for and yearning for.
Yeah, man, listen, attention turns into dollars. If you can get people to pay you some attention, that paying you attention will ultimately pay you in dollars. You feel me? Because now the platform that you're on is like, oh, okay, we can see now that you're very popular. You know, people really rock with you. You know what I'm saying? You cool, this, that, and the other, All right, here you go. But the key is to get people interested in what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? You got to be live. You got to be animated and loud and stuff like that. Well, I ain't going to say you got to be loud, but, you know, you want people to feel like, yo, I rock with him. I like what he's saying and stuff like that. So, yes, streaming definitely has its ups, but there's always going to be the downs as well. The comments and the naysayers and stuff like that, people hating, people talking about you. You just got to be prepared for that. You got to have tough skin, you know what I mean? But it's definitely doable, you know?
Or in life. He's not just a school. Streamer University is a stage for those to rise to the top.
Yo, decent Nat, what's up, man? What is that? It's a monkey. That's my baby.
Sit down, sit down, sit down.
All right. I'm sitting down. How you doing, Cousin?
Wait, is it friendly?
It's friendly. Is it bite? Only if you make him bite. It's a marmoset monkey. Tico, go say hi every single day like my baby. Go say hi. Yeah. Do you know his name? His name is Tico. Tico? Yeah.
How you doing, Mr. Snap? I'm here from the Amos Department of Corrections. Could you kindly stand up for me?
I'm in trouble?
We're here to issue you a few citations. We actually tracked you down all the way in New York, and you escaped to California.
No.
Is that right or wrong?
No.
You escaped to California, and we're here in ATL to track you down to issue you a few citations.
What would I do?
Now, you have two choices. Either, can you please stand up? I'm an officer of the law. That's a little disrespectful, if you don't mind. So you have two options. We're going to offer you two deals. You have a plea deal, and this is like your court.
What do you need me to do? What do you need me to do?
I need you to hire me as the hall monitor for Streamer University. As you can see, I'm very competent at my job, and I've been doing this for a very long time. So that's one way to go, or you'll be apprehended at the scene as we speak.
Okay, I get it. It's funny.
Okay. We could work something out. Definitely. We'll definitely get. Yep. Just get some information going. You know what I'm saying? Make sure everything is good.
Streamer University is the new age American Idol. People came far and wide in order to showcase their talents.
That's a good comparison. Yeah, it is definitely like American Idol, America's Got Talent. It's definitely giving that type of vibe, for real.
Their creativity and why they belong in the rooms with some of the biggest creators on the planet. And I'm not gonna lie, some of the in-person interviews I saw were hilarious. Of course, we had characters that we had known for a long time before in the Reggies, in the Rakais, the Rays, the Suburb Babies, the Ben Dons, all these different people. But it did showcase and highlight some people that I had never seen before. That guy, and I'm pretty sure he's a big streamer, who did the hall monitor skit. I thought that was one of the most innovative and creative things. Kai played along with it very well. I laughed my ass off. Now, while a lot of people understood the assignment and realized that Streamer University and even just the auditions was an opportunity to be creative, get their content off, and they understood that the real prize was an opportunity to get more views with this trending topic, a lot of people had a different prize in mind. You see, their prize wasn't the views, it wasn't the opportunity to collaborate and network with a bunch of people. Their prize was the opportunity and chance to get to Kai Cenat. And when that didn't happen, let's just say it didn't go so well.
Oh, my cousin, Pastor, that you weird as
I've seen this.
Oh, my cousin, you're weird as fuck. Why the fuck would you have the audition without me? Like,
man, even though I've been camping for 4 days since Thursday in LA for Streamer University auditions, waited in line since 6 a.m., was hella committed staying here, still got denied from the staff. They didn't even get to get interviewed by Kai Cenat.
The ugly cry. I'm so bad coming up here because as bad as I want this, bro, like as bad as I want to go to Streamer University, I feel like awareness needs to be spread because, bro, I'm just so angry because I was so close in the line. So I was out there meeting people, making connections, was grateful for that, but it was starting to get closer to time. First of all, people were passing out. My thing is, with time, like time was getting closer to going inside. Some people were able to go inside earlier before even Kai got there. And then like the drone would come out, people were pushing and shoving.
Let me tell you something. If it gets you to this point where you're in tears and you crying, you really got to look in the mirror and think to yourself, what the hell am I? What am I doing? Like, it shouldn't take Streamer University for you to be like, you know what, this is the only way I'm going to get the fame or recognition that I want. Yo, just get online. Like, I think I seen her, I think the last time she streamed was a year ago, because other content creators like myself and reactors have also been commenting on this and, you know, said that, look, she hasn't streamed in over a year. Like, there's no consistency there. The first thing you need to do is start streaming. Number one, you need to do that at least 3, 4, 5 times a week if you can. You know what I'm saying? You have to have a resume, like your Twitch, your Kick, your YouTube, wherever you stream at, you got to have a resume for that. So that when he sees that, it's like, okay, you got not only the backing, the followers, but you also got the viewership as well. Like, what do people think this is? They think this is, see, I'm going to tell you what it is. People think that this is a get-rich-quick operation. It's not. I've been doing YouTube since 2010, this channel here, and this is the most traction that it's gotten since I started it. Now, of course, I did pivot and changed my content, but even still, it's still a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? To edit these videos, chop them up, stuff like that. And there's no guarantee that I'm going to get a lot of views, but I do it because I love doing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm passionate about it. That's why I do it, you know? So yeah, you just gotta put the work in, man. Like you can't expect a handout. You gotta put that work in.
I'm so angry because I was so fucking close. The whole event is just like the whole in-person application is just mad unserious. And I say that to say because you got people who really want it. The people that really want it, you got people, a whole bunch of people playing because they want the opportunity to meet Kai and to get a viral moment or whatever, which I'm not knocking anybody
That's
for
a
their
lot of
reasons
people
of
out
going.
there.
But it's just like, sad, like, now I'm home. I done wasted this call out of work, got a flight to go back home. Like, bro, I'm just so bad.
When I was at the Streamer University auditions in Atlanta, I saw content creators who had been creating for years, and I mean verifiable years, coming from Wyoming, Philadelphia, Florida, St. Louis, everywhere far and in between for the opportunity to network, create, and potentially meet Kai Cenat. I did some interviews and ultimately I lost the audio for him. I know I'm punching and kicking myself as well about the entire experience and situation. And ultimately a lot of people, hell, pretty much everybody that I interviewed said that if they didn't make it in to see Kai Cenat that day, that it would not make or break them when it comes to content creation and the streaming journey that they are going on. And that was a breath of fresh air because the things that I consumed on the internet said opposite for a good amount of people. Now, this is no shade and this is no knock on any of the people that I've shown in this video that are crying or complaining or being negative about their experiences in the Streamer University audition line. But to me, their priority was more so about meeting Kai Cenat as opposed to wanting to be streamers. I went to look at their social media pages and I went to try to find content and it was sparse. It was like a man who has a thinning hairline. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. Even that young lady who was crying in the Knicks jersey, the last time she had streamed was a year ago.
Yeah,
I'm not saying you have to stream in order to get accepted in the Streamer University, but I think you understand the gist of it all. And I think for a large portion of the population, this answers the why of it all. Well, why do you want to go to Streamer University? Why do you want to be a streamer right now? For some people, they see it as a way out of poverty. They see it as a way to come up in this world. For a lot of people, they see it as fame, notoriety, and attention. For a subsection of people, they just want to meet Kai Cenat. They don't know what it takes to ultimately become a streamer. Hell, they're not even
My question is this. What is meeting Kai Cenat going to do for you exactly? Okay, you're in the room with Kai Cenat, now what? You got your live TikTok going. What is that? Just going to be something for you to tell your peoples or for them to see like, oh, I met Kai Cenat. Yeah, but did you translate that to an opportunity to make money, to better yourself? Or are you just doing it for the moment? See, this is where you got to start to weed out those who are serious about this and those that just are doing this because they want to have a moment and they not really in it for real. They just like, all right, you know, I'm just here to be here so I can be a part of the moment and then I'm going back to my regular degular. Like, nah, we don't need that. No, if you serious about this, be serious about it. Don't be playing no games, you know?
To do it in their free time. They just see a place in a space where they can see a guy that they watch on screen and enjoy and are going to run at it full head of steam. This is why that Streamer University audition stage is so important of it all. It highlighted the desperation, desire, and the delusion of people out there that are looking to uplift themselves or change their trajectory. Hell, it even had athletes like Lamar Jackson and Le'Veon Bell appearing at Streamer University auditions.
Look, I ain't caused no ruckus. I was just in there chilling. I'm like, all right, man. They said they gonna come get me in 10 minutes. They said they gonna come get me in 15 minutes. I'ma just wait. 10 minutes go by, they don't come. Now, everybody that's seen the stream, they know like now I'm like a couple times, like two, 3 10-minute sessions go by. I go back out there, I'm like, bro, what's going on, bro? He's like, man, they gonna come get you, boom, boom, boom. I wait 6-7 hours the entire time, chat, for Kai to finally come in there. I don't ever go to the room and meet him. He finally come in there and say, like, man, I'm sorry for all y'all's wait. Get to see y'all, blase, whatever the fuck he say. At this time, I'm like checked out. I'm like, all right, bro, whatever.
Why? I don't know. Maybe because they want to be a part of the moment. For a lot of those people out there who are truly talented and genuine with their content, they just wanted a bigger stage. But for the people that are in it for the wrong reasons, I think that they just want the cosign from the bigger name, thinking that that will platform them to a different height. And I do agree that it can put you in a different stratosphere. We've seen streamers and content creators come up from a boost and a cosign from others. But at the end of the
yeah, but that's like a big maybe though. You know what I mean? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I mean, y'all got to understand being in the content creation world is a very volatile environment. You know, everything is volatile. You feel me? Like, yeah, you can get that one spark and then immediately after that, poof, it's gone. So just as quick as you went up and getting that cosign, it can come right back down because they've already said a lot of people who went to Streamer University last go around, they didn't blow up off of it. You know what I'm saying? They fell to the wayside. You know what I'm saying? What's her name? Cooking with Kaya. I think I said this in one of my other videos. Now, she had already had a large following before Streamer University, but she wasn't able to leverage that to continue to push her. Now, you don't even hear about her anymore. You know what I'm saying? And it's just instances like that, you know?
I don't think that that's what streaming is all about. If your heart is not in it, then it ultimately won't be successful.
Exactly.
And when your heart is not in something and you're being forced to do it because it brings you fame, it brings you notoriety, it brings you money, then ultimately the mental pressures that come with streaming will ultimately weigh down on you harder than we've ever seen before.
I feel like sometimes people need to self-reflect and take a step back from the broad perspective of what their life has been. I believe that there is more to this world that is much greater than myself. The energy and passion to want to do more and create is within me. That is why I quit. And honestly, for the past few months, I've been struggling with mental health out of self-doubt and fright of pursuing goals that I really want to achieve. And the reason I've really been in my head is because I just wanted to do more. I've gained to realize that I'm a true creator and I'm very passionate about creating. And I have other goals and things that I just want to achieve and do more of.
Taking a fucking break! What the fuck I'm doing? Take a little break. I'm not retiring, nigga. Niggas was talking about some retiring, but I'm taking a break. I ain't gonna cap, taking a break. It could be 1 day, it could be 2 days, it could be a week, it could be 2 weeks, it could be a month, it could be 3 months, it could be a year. I'm taking a break, nigga. Bro, I've been at this bitch for 7 years, gang. I'm tired.
And that type of shit bleeds into the Twitch chat. That shit bleeds into everywhere, bro. Niggas just being negative. I might come on that shit being goofy. I might come on this bitch. Y'all can call me corny. I don't give a fuck, bro. Y'all can call me whatever the fuck y'all want, but I come on this bitch to entertain y'all niggas, bro. I come on this bitch because I love y'all niggas, bro. On God, bro. I come on this bitch to have fun, bro. Just have fun with y'all, bro. Like, this shit hard, bro. It's not easy, bro. I be putting my heart and soul in this shit. On God, bro.
And you can't tell if people want to be around you, people want to fuck with you. Like, for you, bro, like, that shit is hard, bro. Like, that shit, like, it's hard to be a streamer, bro. It's hard to just be a creator because you don't know what's real, bro.
One of the common things that I talk about on this platform is...
See, I hope, and I know I'm stopping video, we got to get through this. It's almost over. But one thing I'm not going to let this do is get me like that, where I'm like, crying on camera and all of that. Like, listen, unless it's about a loved one or something like that, and even then, you won't catch me on camera because my private life, my personal life is my personal life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be on here doing anything like that where I'm letting streaming get me out of body like that. Like, no. Can't do it.
Is the mental pressures that come with streaming. I think it's different, and I do mean way different than any other form of content creation. When I cut on my camera, personally, I know that I will have the ability to edit this down and make myself look as polished as possible. And for the most part, people are coming for a specific video and are commenting for a specific thing. They're not talking about my appearance, my personality, my looks, the things that I said that were wrong, dragging me for this, that, and the third, my family life, etc., etc. But streaming is this game in which you have to give your all to the camera in order to make it work. And I don't think that a lot of people are prepared for that. Sure, there's freedom involved. You work from home, you play games, you talk to your friends, you make money based off of your personality. But what people aren't talking about is that the bigger you get, the more that your life becomes the product. You have to be entertaining when you're tired. You have to be funny when you're annoyed. You have to be the life of the party, even if you're having a down day. Hell, we've seen things like Jay Cinco's family members passing away and then having to come back so soon because the bank account and the job revolves around it. No matter how you feel, you have to entertain the audience for hours. Think about it from this POV. If I decided that I wanted to stop this recording right now and go and take a break and then come back to it later, I could. But if I was live streaming this exact video, I couldn't. I would have to continue on no matter how I felt. And all these things can weigh on you because simultaneously you're playing this algorithmic game to appease to a certain community or audience that wants you to be a certain way. And if you're not fitting that narrative, then ultimately people are going to turn away from you. I think this is why why streaming isn't as easy as it looks. People feel like the job is just pressing go live, but the job is creating and doing something that is worth watching while going live every single time. And that means being happy with people, looking at your life constantly, picking and prodding at you, giving criticisms at every single move that you make to no avail. And this is why Kai Cenat is so successful. Not because he just turns on the camera and goes willy-nilly with his friends and his homeboys, but he understands production, pacing, networking, community, events, celebrities, moments, viral or otherwise. But even he has to deal with the negative aspects of becoming a successful streamer. That's why he's on a 9-month hiatus right now. Everybody wants the reward of it all, but they don't understand the machine that they are getting into when they go and stand in that line for Streamer University or apply online or get on the internet and beg and plead to a community of people saying that they want to be and will be one of the biggest streamers in the world. They get into this game because they feel as if there's no boss, but I'm here to tell you the audience, the community, and the algorithm are your boss. So when you ask why everybody wants to become a streamer, the answer is bigger than the money. It's clear as day that streaming has become the cleanest and clearest version of modern fame. The good, the in-between, and the ugly. And while everybody wants that lifestyle, I don't think that they see the trap that is coming. I don't want it to be doom and gloom though. I think that streaming is about to go into a whole different direction. It's about to introduce a whole different set of people. That's if they are true to what they were saying at the Streamer University auditions and from their bedrooms as they submitted the applications. Whether or not you get accepted in the Streamer University, I expect more and more people to hop into this lifestyle. But I can't help but think they are doing this haphazardly as I see streamers day in and day out hop out of the game. It's been a minute since we've seen a Phantom. It's been a minute since we've seen a Duke. It's been a minute since we've seen some of our staple creators, and the breaks that the ones that are around do keep getting bigger and bigger every single day. I like how streamers are reinventing themselves in real time because it is showing that you don't have to always go down this path and you can kind of make streaming what you want it to be. iShowSpeed is a perfect example of this. He's not doing the typical stuff that he used to do, but now is doing world tours, meetings.
Let me tell you something. When it comes to streaming, Speed is on another planet with his. There's right now no streamer doing what he's doing. Granted, there are a lot of streamers that do the, IRL and things like that, but not on the level of him. Like this nigga going to different countries, experiencing different cultures. I mean, that is a different type of bag there. You know what I'm saying? Like like I said, he's the biggest streamer right now. And hats off to him, you know what I'm saying? But Speed really be in his own lane. He ain't really pressed to be all in everybody's face. He just be doing he moves at the beat of his own drum, and I respect that about him.
Dignitaries and famous people and all this other stuff like that with his audience captivating abilities. And that seems to be something that's having less stress on his mental. His physical, I don't know. But his mental seems as though it's being well done. But all in all, people have to understand that when they're answering the question why they want to be a streamer or even asking it, is that there is so much that streaming can give you. You just have to know if you're ready for it.
All right, that's the end of the video. Shouts out to my boy Omizi. But yeah, like he said, man, you just got to have your heart in it. You got to be dedicated and you got to really want it. And you don't need Streamer University to validate you, to create that opportunity. Would it be nice? Yeah, absolutely. But that's like trying to get into the NBA at this point. You know what I'm saying? There's so many people that were trying to get, accepted or get seen by Kai in person. And I'm pretty sure the online applications was just as bad. You would just be better off doing what you're doing, build your audience, build your own thing, and just let it grow from there. That's what he had to do. Kai Cenat didn't have a Streamer University to lean on when he started on Twitch. He was doing it and he just kept going from there. You're no different. Now, of course, the landscaping is a little bit different from when he started, but it's still the same rules apply. It's all about consistency and making sure that you have the personality that people want to see. You feel me? But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think. If y'all made it this far, I appreciate you. Make sure y'all chin check the like button, take the subway, and sound up in them comments till they kick y'all asses out of there. That being said, it's your boy Robbie. Till the next video, we out of here.